Today is Sunday, May 10th, 2026, and this is Read Through the Bible, Jackson Hole edition.
Yep, so again, we have Gracie and Wade. You guys say hi.
Hello.
Hi,
And you guys also do a podcast.
We do, yes. We've done it for almost just over 2 years,
Woohoo.
and it's called the Jacksonville Bible College Podcast. And the primary reason for it is to minister to the alumni, to keep them kind of appraised of what we're doing week to week, and then also to be a good encouragement for them. And so we do that through interviewing students, current students, alumni, and professors.
Mm-hmm.
So
it's kind of fun since we have a family connection. We listened to it. David was on it a couple weeks ago.
we had David on a couple weeks ago, and then you guys were both on it.
Yeah, back
when
in
I taught
October.
Hebrews in the fall. Yep. And so we'll put a link to that if you're interested in listening to about what's happening at a small Bible college.
It's a lot of fun. We have some fun, and then we get serious. So.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Also today, though, is May 10th. This is Mother's Day.
Yes, it is.
So, what does it mean?
It's Mother's Day, and I cannot imagine a better Mother's Day than being with all of our kids, all of our grandkids in Jackson Hole.
Yeah.
So I'm
special.
so thankful.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's great. Okay, so today we are reading Psalm 104. Like Psalm 103, it starts off with these words, "Bless the Lord, O my soul." It begins and it ends with that. This is a call to praise. This time, however, it's a call to praise not just God for all his benefits, but for God and all the great things that he has done.
Mm-hmm.
It just speaks mostly about the greatness of God on the earth. Now, so if you just listen in your mind, you just listen for just even biology and just how life works with earth and water and vegetation, habitation, and our dependence upon the Lord, and how appropriate it is to read here at Jacksonville Bible College, because you guys are linked in with trying to argue for a young Earth.
That's right.
So you go to the Creation Museum and the Ark, and what else do you do?
And then we take geology trips. We take two-week geology trips. On those we emphasize, the Earth is young, and you can see it by the rock layers. It's not millions of years with a small amount of water. It's a lot of water. The flood of Noah's day in a small period of time. And so we go to the northwest, and we see the glacial flood, or glacial Lake Missoula flood, and then we go to Mount St. Helens, and you see it even smaller on that scale. The mud flow that carved out 50-foot canyons, and then we just got home from the spring trip where we go to the Grand Canyon and a lot of the Southwest and see it on the bigger scale, because that's a lot of flood runoff and stuff like that.
So how
It's
appropriate.
amazing.
We're looking at nature here is what we're doing, but also it speaks about God's character as well.
Yeah, right. And we see his generosity, just how he satisfies the earth and cares for it, and then also his wisdom that is so infinitely far beyond ours.
Yep, so those are just some things to listen for as we read Psalm 104. Bless the Lord, O my soul. O Lord, my God, you are very great. You are clothed with splendor and majesty, covering yourself with light as with a garment, stretching out the heavens like a tent. He lays the beams of his chambers on the waters. He makes the clouds his chariot. He rides on the wings of the wind. He makes his messengers winds, his ministers a flaming fire.
He set the earth on its foundations so that it should never be moved. You covered it with the deep as with a garment. The waters stood above the mountains. At your rebuke they fled. At the sound of your thunder they took to flight. The mountains rose, the valleys sank down to the place that you appointed for them. You set a boundary that they may not pass, so that they may not again cover the earth.
You make springs gush forth in the valleys. They flow between the hills. They give drink to every beast of the field. The wild donkeys quench their thirst. Beside them the birds of the heavens dwell. They sing among the branches. From your lofty abode you water the mountains. The earth is satisfied with the fruit of your work.
Verse 14, you cause the grass to grow for the livestock and plants for man to cultivate, that he may bring forth food from the earth, and wine to gladden the heart of man, oil to make his face shine, and bread to strengthen man's heart.
The trees of the Lord are watered abundantly, the cedars of Lebanon that he planted. In them the birds build their nests. The stork has her home in the fir trees. The high mountains are for the wild goats.
The high mountains are right up the window, right there. I see it.
Surrounded by the high mountains there. And the rocks are a refuge for the rock badgers.
Verse 19. You made the moon to mark the seasons. The sun knows its time for setting. You make darkness, and it is night. When all the beasts of the forest creep about, the young lions roar for their prey, seeking their food from God. When the sun rises, they steal away and lie down in their dens. Man goes out to do his work. and to his labor until the evening.
How interesting, right? During the darkness, that's when all the animals are about doing their hunting, and when the sun is out, that's when man is out doing his labor.
Yeah.
That's
That's how God has
Yeah.
ordained the earth.
Verse 24. O Lord, how manifold are your works.
Right there's a great summary statement. If you're going to look for a summary to write down
Yeah.
about Psalm 104, how manifold are your works. Yeah, that's what it's talking about, just how great his works
Yeah.
are.
Right. In wisdom have you made them all. The earth is full of your creatures. Here is the sea, great and wide, which teems with creatures innumerable, living things both small and great. There go the ships, and Leviathan, which you formed to play in it.
These all look to you to give them their food in due season. When you give it to them, they gather it up. When you open your hand, they are filled with good things. When you hide your face, they are dismayed. When you take away their breath, they die and return to their dust. When you send forth your spirit, they are created, and you renew the face of the ground.
May the glory of the Lord endure forever. May the Lord rejoice in his works, who looks on the earth and it trembles, who touches the mountains and they smoke. I will sing to the Lord as long as I live. I will sing praise to my God while I have being. May my meditation be pleasing to him, for I rejoice in the Lord. Let sinners be consumed from the earth, and let the wicked be no more. Bless the Lord, O my soul. Praise the Lord. What a great psalm, just speaking about how manifold are your works, O Lord. Great. Well, thanks for joining us.
Thank y'all.
Yeah.
Great to
Thank
see you
Thank
in Wade.
you.
This has been a wonderful time. And we will see you all tomorrow in 1 Corinthians.
Yay!
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yep. Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.